Archangel Michael says, the time has come for the truth to reveal itself, and it may shake you. There's someone very close to you, smiling in front, draining you behind. They are not in your life because they love you, but because they see what they can gain from you. You've been too kind, too giving, and too patient with someone who has shown you only false affection. Behind that warmth is a cold calculation. They are taking, not giving, and every step they take is designed to benefit themselves. This person is clever. They know how to act sweet, say the right words, and make you feel needed. But what they truly want is your energy, your help, your resources, and they're using it all for their own hidden goals. At night, when you sleep peacefully, they remain wide awake plotting how they can continue benefiting without you noticing. Their smile is a mask. Their concern is fake. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They don't ask how you're doing, they only ask when they need something. You've felt it. You've felt the drain, the emptiness after being around them. This person's presence feels familiar, but recently, your spirit has started reacting. Your body feels tired. Your mind feels confused. This isn't by accident. They know how to keep you close just enough to not let you go. And every time you think of stepping back, they sense it and pull you closer with fake kindness. Type Amen to get blessing 914. You're not paranoid. You're not overthinking. What's happening is spiritual theft. They are stealing your light and using it to walk through doors they couldn't open on their own. Your talents are being mirrored by them. Your connections are being used. Your name is being whispered in places you never gave permission for. Every time you shared your secrets, your dreams, your future plans, they tucked it away to use for their advantage. You opened your heart, and they opened a strategy. Type Amen to get blessing 1187. Archangel Michael says, enough is enough. The angels have been watching and they're now drawing the line. You deserve peace, not partnership with a parasite. They've taken enough from your kindness. They've walked freely through your life without respecting the cost you paid for every opportunity they enjoyed. You once thought they were your support system. Now the truth is rising, they've been your silent saboteur. You thought you were building together, but they were building alone using your bricks. Type Amen to get blessing 600. They're getting the credit for things you've taught them. They're taking your words and ideas and passing them off as their own. You feel drained because you're being spiritually robbed. This person has made you question your worth by silently replacing your energy with their ego. They've taken your generosity and turned it into a weakness in your eyes, but the angels see the strength in you. They are feeding on your victories and acting as though they were the mastermind. But every spiritual ledger is being recorded. And the truth is about to hit them like thunder. Type Amen to get blessing 2227. Comment now if you feel your soul tightening when you think of that person, because your spirit always knows what your heart tries to forgive. There's someone who celebrates when you win, but deep down, they are keeping a tally of what they can gain next. It's no longer love. It's no longer friendship. It's business for them, but it's betrayal for you. They want to keep you close, so they stay close to opportunity. They fear you realizing their game. That's why they rush to comfort you with sweet lies. Type Amen to get blessing 1466. You're not alone in this. Heaven has dispatched awareness into your spirit for a reason. The silence you've been feeling from God wasn't absence, it was observation. Now comes the release. Now comes the unraveling. The person who has been draining you will be exposed, not by confrontation, but by collapse. Everything they've built on your back is going to fall. Everything they've stolen from your spirit will crumble when the source, you, is no longer available. Type Amen to get blessing 389. Archangel Michael says, the cord must be cut. You cannot heal while your wound is still being touched by the one who caused it. That's not love. That's damage. They will say you're changing. They will say you're cold. But you're not being cold, you're reclaiming your warmth for yourself. You've suffered in silence long enough while someone else laughed in secret. You've sacrificed for someone who offered nothing but convenience. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. Let this be the moment you rise. Let this be the hour where you don't explain your exit. Your soul is no longer for rent. Your energy is not up for barter. They took your loyalty and sold it in exchange for personal gain. Now they are shocked that their well is running dry. Because your energy was divine. And now heaven is withdrawing it from them. Type Amen to get blessing 127. Watch closely in the next 7 days, because the signs will be undeniable. The favor that they once had will begin to fade. The people who once admired them will begin to question. Not because you exposed them, but because truth exposes itself. Their lies will eat their credibility. Their silence will echo louder than their pretend kindness. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Comment below if this message is reaching your soul. Because you've needed someone to say what you've been thinking but were too afraid to confirm. No more fear. No more hesitation. You have the divine right to distance yourself from manipulation. You have been too generous with someone who was only generous with their demands. Type Amen to get blessing 1495. Every time they hugged you, they hoped you wouldn't sense their envy. Every compliment they gave was wrapped in calculation. You tried to believe they were genuine. But the more you gave, the more you lost your light. That's the signal. That's the proof. That's what your soul has been trying to scream at you through fatigue and confusion. Type Amen to get blessing 5550. This person is draining your future by clinging to your present. But heaven is no longer allowing it. This relationship is being spiritually evicted. The angels are standing guard now, making sure you don't give them one more chance to repeat the damage. They may beg. They may cry. But every tear will be because they lost access, not because they lost love. Type Amen to get blessing 1777. Archangel Michael says, your light is sacred. It cannot be shared with darkness disguised as charm. You must rise above this trap. You are entering a season where only the true remain. All pretenders will fall away, and their intentions will be made public. There is nothing they can do to stop it. They had their season of advantage. Now the scales are being balanced. Type Amen to get blessing 421. You're going to hear things. They will talk about you. They will twist stories to paint you as ungrateful. Let them speak. Let them lie. The universe is deaf to lies but loud in justice. You're not walking away bitter. You're walking away better. Because now you know your value. Type Amen to get blessing 834. They thought you'd never find out. They thought your kindness was ignorance. But they forgot, an awakened soul never sleeps again. Now, you are protected. Now, your doors are locked. And the only ones who enter your space will be those who come with honesty, not hidden motives. You've been hurt, yes. But from that pain, you're being reborn stronger. Type Amen to get blessing 1999. Comment now if you're ready to disconnect from the one who only connects when they need something. Heaven is watching how you react to this revelation. If you remain silent, the cycle will repeat. But if you move, heaven will move with you. Release is coming. And with it, restoration. You are not a stepping stone. You are a divine being. Type Amen to get blessing 3003. Let this message ring in your ears long after you've read it. This was not random. This was a rescue. You are waking up from a long emotional sleep. And those who took advantage will soon feel the loss of what they never truly valued. Archangel Michael has spoken. Now your path is clear. Let them lose you, and let heaven reward you. Type Amen to get blessing 4400. They underestimated how deeply protected you are. They saw your kindness as weakness, not realizing it was divine strength given by the heavens. They assumed you would always be available, always be giving, always be silent. But you are no longer asleep to their patterns. Every word they say now feels different. You can hear the manipulation behind their sweetness. You've seen them switch up. One moment, they're praising you. The next, they're distancing themselves after they've gotten what they wanted. Type Amen to get blessing 311. Comment now if you've ever felt alone even while being surrounded by people, because one of them was secretly draining you. That's no coincidence. That's a pattern of spiritual leeching. This person may be friend, family, or even a lover, but the result is the same. You've lost joy while they've gained progress. You're tired while they're thriving. You weren't supposed to be their foundation. You were supposed to be their equal. But they chose to stand on your shoulders instead of standing beside you. Type Amen to get blessing 2888. They were never confused. They knew exactly what they were doing. It's just that you were too pure-hearted to imagine someone doing that to you. They watched you cry but still asked you for favors. They watched you struggle but still demanded your support. They heard your silence but interpreted it as permission. But silence is no longer your answer. This time, your boundaries will be your voice. And your distance will be your protection. Type Amen to get blessing 6777. Archangel Michael says, "The armor of light is now placed upon you. Nothing they plan from here will prosper. Their season of deception is over. This time, their manipulation won't work. Their charm won't convince. Their presence won't have access to your peace. Because you now walk with knowledge. You walk with truth. And heaven is walking with you." Type Amen to get blessing 901. You have been elevated without even realizing it. That's why they're trying harder to stick to you. They feel the shift. They sense your glow returning. They don't want to be near you because they love you. They want to stay near because they fear the door closing forever. But that door must shut. Because what they're taking is costing you too much. Your mind, your emotions, your future. Type Amen to get blessing 388. Now you're waking up and reclaiming every piece of yourself they borrowed without return. You're about to glow in places they never expected. And when they see you shining, it will haunt them. They'll call it luck. But you'll know it was divine restoration. You'll know it was heaven rewarding you for the storm you survived. You cried behind closed doors while they danced in public with your energy. But your tears were seen. And your restoration is unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 2344. Comment if you're ready to walk away without explanation. Because the time to protect your peace is now, not later, not when they're done using you. This message isn't just a warning, it's a prophecy. A reversal is coming. The one who drained you will now be drained. And the one who used you will now watch you rise without them. Type Amen to get blessing 799. They will try to return when they feel your absence. But it will be too late. The blessing you carry cannot be shared with those who only came to take. You are not just surviving, you are transforming. Your wings are growing back. And this time, no one will clip them. Archangel Michael says, "Fly high and don't look back. You were never meant to crawl in their shadow." Type Amen to get blessing 1700. Let them speak their lies. Let them play their games. The truth is more powerful than anything they can manufacture. Your heart is gold. Your soul is clean. And soon, they will regret how they treated something heaven handcrafted. They didn't see your value because they never looked deeper than their own benefit. But heaven has seen it all. And justice is arriving. Type Amen to get blessing 511. Comment below if this is the final time you let anyone disrespect your worth in the name of love, family, or friendship. You are not a provider for the ungrateful. You are not a fixer for the broken who refuse to heal. You are not a bridge for the ones who only cross when it's easy. You are fire. You are truth. You are becoming untouchable. Type Amen to get blessing 4404. There's someone watching you now, feeling the fear of losing control. They know you're changing. They know you're pulling away. They will try to guilt you. But don't fall for it. They miss the benefits, not you. They miss the convenience, not the connection. Let that truth settle in your heart. Type Amen to get blessing 988. Archangel Michael says, this is your moment of divine clarity. The clouds are lifting. The illusions are fading. You don't need closure from a manipulator. You need distance. And you're getting it, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. What they took from you, heaven is about to return tenfold. And this time, no one will have the keys to your soul but God. Type Amen to get blessing 2991. They may call it selfish, but it's survival. You've given enough. Now you rise. Now you protect. Now you walk away from being used. And you walk straight into being blessed. Your light is no longer up for grabs. Your time is sacred. Your heart is guarded. Type Amen to get blessing 1400. Comment now if you're ready to stop allowing people to benefit while you suffer. The era of silent suffering is over. The age of divine awakening is here. Let the user cry. Let the manipulator fall. Heaven is now standing behind you fully. Type Amen to get blessing 8008. Let this message live in your heart. Replay it in your mind. Let it echo through your spirit when you're tempted to give one more chance. You owe them nothing. You owe yourself everything. And from this moment forward, you will never let anyone benefit from your pain again. Archangel Michael says, rise in your power and let the takers be replaced by those who give with love. Type Amen to get blessing 5000. They pretended to care while watching you pour everything you had into them. They smiled when you succeeded, but their heart twisted with envy the moment you started rising higher than they could control. That wasn't love, it was a performance dressed in temporary loyalty. You weren't blind. You were just hopeful. You believed they would change, that your loyalty would teach them how to be loyal too. But some people don't want to grow. They want to take from those who already have. And the more they took, the more they convinced you that you owed them. Type Amen to get blessing 9090. Comment below if you feel this in your bones, because that's not imagination, it's revelation. The soul always recognizes the people who were never meant to stay. They called it friendship, but it felt like debt. They called it love, but it felt like control. They called it support, but it felt like survival, for them, not for you. You gave so much, yet you were the one left empty. That wasn't a mistake, it was a wake-up call. And now, you're finally answering it. Type Amen to get blessing 366. They borrowed your light to guide their way, and then pretended they lit the path themselves. They wore your confidence like it was their own. And now, as you pull away, they panic, not because they miss you, but because they can't access what you gave so freely. They will tell others you changed. They'll say you became distant. Let them talk. Let them create stories. The truth doesn't need defending, it always reveals itself in time. Their time is running out. Yours is just beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 1221. Archangel Michael says, let their true colors be their own destruction. You don't need revenge. You don't need an explanation. You only need to step aside and let karma do what it was created to do. Everything they took will turn into a burden. Everything they claimed will crumble without your energy sustaining it. You were never just someone, you were the source. And now the source is drying up. Not out of spite, but because you've finally remembered your worth. Type Amen to get blessing 3141. They saw your compassion as currency and your presence as profit. But you've stopped financing their comfort at the expense of your peace. You're not mean for walking away. You're wise. You're free. And soon, your silence will speak louder than every excuse they try to make. Let them watch you glow from afar. Let them feel the coldness of your absence. That's what they chose when they chose to use you instead of cherish you. Type Amen to get blessing 8888. Comment now if you're done being the solution for people who caused the problems. Your healing has begun the moment you stop justifying their behavior. The blessings being prepared for you cannot be shared with those who see you as a tool. And the pain you once felt is now turning into power. Archangel Michael is clearing your path. One by one, the users are being removed. Your circle is shrinking, but your peace is expanding. Type Amen to get blessing 644. They may send you messages. They may knock on your door again. But don't open it, not this time. This time, you keep walking forward. They aren't sorry for what they did. They're sorry they lost access to your light. Let that be your closure. Let that be your freedom. You are not who you were when you first met them. And they can no longer reach who you are becoming. Type Amen to get blessing 2025. You will look back and see it clearly. Every moment you doubted yourself was planted by them. Every time you felt small, it was because they wanted you to stay beneath them. But now, you're rising. Your voice is louder. Your spirit is firmer. Your energy is becoming untouchable. They will talk about the new you, but the truth is, it's the real you finally being seen. Type Amen to get blessing 711. They never planned for this version of you. They thought you'd always stay quiet, always give in, always forgive without boundaries. But now, heaven is showing you who they are, and more importantly, who you are. And you are not someone to be used, borrowed, or played with. You are divine. You are protected. You are entering a new chapter where users cannot survive. Type Amen to get blessing 1555. Comment if this message opened your eyes. Because once the illusion shatters, nothing ever looks the same again. Archangel Michael says, stand strong. Don't go back to the people you had to recover from. Don't revisit the wounds that almost broke you. You've been through the fire. And now, you're being crowned with glory that no one can steal. They'll regret using you. But by then, you'll be far beyond their reach. Type Amen to get blessing 4560. Their benefits ended the moment your spirit said, enough. Their charm broke the moment your eyes saw through their lies. You are not here to carry others through life while you drown in silence. You are here to shine. You are here to lead. You are here to thrive. The user is losing grip. The taker is losing access. And you are gaining heaven's full support. Type Amen to get blessing 1800. Let this be the message you never forget. Because it's not just words, it's a spiritual shift. You are changing from within, and everything around you must change too. You will no longer attract people who take. You will now attract those who pour into you, love you deeply, respect you fully. Archangel Michael says, this is the beginning of divine restoration. You gave too much for too long. Now it's your time to receive. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. The ones who used you will see you rise in places they never expected. You will shine in rooms where they thought they had locked you out. And when they realize they can't follow, they'll understand the cost of their betrayal. But it will be too late. Because this time, your glow is protected. Your peace is guarded. And your circle is sacred. No more open doors for people with closed hearts. Type Amen to get blessing 1661. Comment if you're ready to walk away from fake love, empty friendships, and conditional support. Because your spirit is done tolerating what drains it. This time, you're not looking back. This time, you're choosing yourself. And all of heaven is celebrating your decision. They thought they won when you stayed quiet. But your silence was just preparation for your roar. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. You're about to become everything they said you couldn't without them. But you were never meant to need them, you were meant to outgrow them. Archangel Michael says, let them go. Let them face what they've done. Your hands are clean. Your heart is whole. And your future is divine. This is the final chapter of being used. And the first step into being gloriously favored. Type Amen to get blessing 9000.